So, as a kid, since I'm an old dude, I remember the show FBI with Efren Zimbalist Jr. as an FBI agent, and they would, show cases and the investigations and what the FBI did. I was fascinated by it. Efren Zimbalist Jr. And the one thing that always there's a line that stuck on me from a preview of a show where Zimbalist's agent character is talking to his agent in charge about a case, and because it still sticks to me in his head, and I'm going to come back to it in a minute. But let's talk about the FBI overall. The FBI is a thing of myths, established in 1908 to deal with certain by Attorney General Bonaparte at the time, to deal with certain Department of Justice investigations. It was established as the United States Bureau of Investigation in 1932, later became Federal Bureau of Investigation in 1935. And his job was to root out criminals who had committed crimes across state lines, and also root out terrorism, root out treason, root out crimes crimes that they specifically handle on federal levels. And as you see, all the years, through all the movies and TV shows, depicted the FBI as a very high level law enforcement force. It has its problems. J. Edgar Hoover was a known racist, but he looked at Martin Luther King as a communist trying to take down the American way of life. But remember, it's the FBI that helped bring down what happened in Mississippi with the killing of the three civil rights workers. Look at the movie Mississippi Burning as we bring memories to Gene Hackman, who passed away today. And you see that even though under Hoover, the FBI did its job. It did what it's supposed to do: investigate, bring people to prosecution, no matter who you are. Be you a politician, be you a former president. If you broke the law and the federal government, the federal law, the FBI would find you and bring you to justice. That was his job. Now, it's been perverted. It started with Trump because the FBI was basically investigating him. Basically, all the time he's been in federal government, even in his first term, there were some FBI investigations. And then we know about all the other investigations, including him stealing classified documents. See how that vanished? So he turned on the FBI. He made the FBI like evil, weaponized, going after people that don't deserve it, which is a lie. We all know that's a lie. He also fired James Comey because James Comey, when they asked, Trump wanted him to be his personal hitman, basically. And Comey said, no, that's not the way the FBI works. Got fired, nominated Christopher Wray, and found out it still didn't work like that. So here we are now, with the total disaster that is now the second Trump administration, and the FBI on the chopping block. Trump got his way because Republicans are fucking cowards, and he put a totally unqualified man whose only qualification that he is a sycophant, Kash Patel, in charge of the FBI. First thing Patel did was clear everyone out of D.C. and put them in offices across the country. We don't know why. It's weird, and it's absolutely insane. And then they've got the deputy FBI, who's some kind of Dan Bogdanovich. I got his name wrong because I don't give a fuck. I know who he looks like. And he's just a podcaster who was a cop once. I heard he was a bad cop. Now he's in charge. But the one thing about FBI, they always talked about their training. You had to be college educated. You had to be sharp. When you go through the physical training, you go through a lot of physical training, especially with the Quantico. It almost has a myth unto itself. The Quantico kill rooms are all where agents would learn how to enter rooms, how to deal with hostages. They are the premier unit to help people with that. That's their job. That's what they were trained. Kash Patel today is going to cut a deal with the UFC so they can train agents. They're going to give a federal contract to Dana White because that's all that matters in this world, to train their FBI agents. FBI agents have already been trained for decades, sir. They don't need any more training. They're fine. They're sharp. That's what their job is. I want to ask all the other FBI agents, if you're not Trump sycophants, because there are a lot of you in there, even if you are, or don't you feel insulted by this? Don't you feel insulted that Kash Patel is questioning your training? A man who's never been to Quantico, who never went to the same training you did, who never went into a kill room to learn how to protect citizens and to take down criminals. No. He's just there because he's Trump's little lackey. Is that who you want to work for? Is that the only way you keep a job? Is going to be another lackey? And is your crimes now, instead of human trafficking or taking down drugs, just running down people who said bad things about Donald Trump? Or going after politicians that Trump doesn't like? Is that what you signed up to be with the Federal Bureau of Investigation? Because the bottom line for you FBI agents who, I don't know if you see this or not, or those who do know some, pass this on. Ask them. We know who Donald Trump is. We saw what he did on January 6th. We see what he's doing now with his cooperation with Putin and the Russians. Now I'm going back to what I was saying before, the FBI show I saw as a kid with Efren Zimbalist Jr. And his boss, he was bringing a case to the boss. And the boss looked at it and goes, yeah. The special agent in charge looked at Efren Zimbalist Jr. and said, this is treason. And treason makes my skin crawl. Never forgot that line. So I want to ask the FBI agents out there, the true agents, the people who believe in justice and serving America. You serve a traitor in the White House. Does treason make your skin crawl also?